Hi there, folks. Well, over the next few moments, I want to share some ideas in terms of how we can manage our mental hygiene, our mental health. So much is shared in terms of our personal hygiene under the circumstances, but I feel there could be way more in terms of how do we manage our mental health. So, I'm going to begin by talking around fears. How do we work with our fears? You see, for me, emotional agility is the ability to start labeling, noticing our emotions, not avoiding them, but becoming very aware of them and why we have them. So let us work with some emotional agility around base fears. I'm going to talk about two specific base fears that you may be feeling right now. The first one is this base fear separation anxiety. So, with social distancing, we've been removed from our family and friends, and we as humans are built for this connectedness. And it's part of our survival, history of survival, safety in numbers. So here we are on our own, and we're not able to see our family and friends, and that is creating this fear. Now, there's another aspect to this fear, the fear of separation, that is separation from our finances. People are losing their jobs or getting salary cuts, whatever the case may be. That's also amplifying this anxiety. And possibly a third aspect to this fear of separation is separation from our bodies, death. This virus has impacted on a lot of people and it's gotten really close to home. So again, that could really be amplifying this fear. So that's the fear of separation. Let's have a look at another one. It's the base fear of loss of control or being controlled. And I know I've had a lot of people talking to me about this one in our workshops. And that is, in terms of the loss of control, well, obviously, it's pretty obvious the amount of control we have right now in terms of what's happening may leave us feeling pretty hopeless, helpless, pretty frustrated. And the same goes for that feeling of being controlled, with laws telling us what we can and cannot do. It can make us again feel very frustrated, and in some case people feel pretty rebellious about it. I know that I love freedom, and I've had to really manage that aspect within myself in terms of saying, Cole, well, understand there's a little bit more to this. So that's an important base fear to acknowledge. So let's just take these two. How do we work with them? Well, it is about labeling them, noticing them, and being curious around them, and working with the observer as you do so. So the observer is a position that you take on where you stop judging. It's not a good or a bad feeling. You remove the judgment, and you simply observe the feelings that these fears are giving you. And as you observe these feelings, you can do it from two positions. You can either do it from within your body, where you pay attention to how it's feeling within your body, or you can actually step out of your body. I'm saying visually. Visualize yourself as if you are out of your body, looking at yourself, and see yourself almost as a character in a movie. It's like you're a video on the wall looking at yourself. And boy, I mean, I think for me, I've been in a very big movie in the last year. I think all of us have. But as you do this, what happens is it helps detach from the pain and the anxiety of those fears. Detachment is not saying I don't care. It just reduces the hook that those fears have in terms of how we feel and how we behave. Now, as we work with these fears through labeling and noticing and being curious, the curiosity is quite important because we start asking ourselves, well, how does this fear make me feel? Is this fear really founded? Has it got any assumptions built into it? How does this fear impact on my reactive nature to the people around me, to my friends, to my family, to my colleagues? And as we just start asking questions, we're already starting to detach ourselves from that fear. Now, when it comes to anxiety, one of the most wonderful tools to work with to reduce the level of anxiety, and again, the level, the hook the fear has over us, is to work with box breathing. Box breathing, you exhale all the air out your lungs, and you begin by counting to 4 slowly. You fill your lungs all the way down to your belly. And you fill your lungs, and then when you stop counting to 4, you hold your breath to the count of 4, very slow 4, and then you exhale out through your mouth to the count of 4, hold on to your breath, and you start again. Now, if this is the first time you've done it, you might get dizzy. Well, just give yourself a quick break and then do it 3 times more. 4 times is great, and you'll notice that you feel calm. And why is this? Well, within our bodies, what happens when we do this box breathing, we've got this vagus nerve all the way from our brain down to our abdomen, and when we feel this fear, this pain, we actually do feel pain because the vagus nerve gets overstimulated. So we feel physical pain we feel emotional pain. And when we do this box breathing, it impacts on the stimulation of the vagus nerve. It reduces the stimulation. So it actually does reduce the painful effect of these fears, as well as the anxiety, because it's impacting on our parasympathetic nervous system as well. So it really is powerful, and it's all within your own hands. You just got to remember to do it. So these are some ideas. I will share more ideas with you later on. But until then, Please take care and stay aware.